Hi, I'm Christa Jacobson, headmistress of the Budo Ryu, where we teach authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai Bujutsu. And for those of you who don't know what that is, those are the ancient martial arts of the ninja and samurai. In today's video, I got quite a few topics that I'm going to discuss with you guys. The meat and potatoes of this particular video is going to be the 2021 event schedule. Anyone who's been following this channel for any length of time knows that we have various events, seminars, workshops, training camps, taikais, all, that kind of thing throughout the year. And I want to kind of discuss all the different events that we have scheduled to point so you guys can mark it on your calendar and you guys can attend the seminars and workshops and training camps if you would like. However, on this particular video, I do have quite a few other things I want to add to it because it does kind of coincide with it. I have a question from an individual on social media who sent me a question about the training camps and about the YouTube channel, and I thought I would address that. I'm going to talk about the 2021 event schedule and where you guys can find the information, and I'm going to end with why it's important that you guys do come and train here with me at these events, and why it's important for your betterment in your ninjutsu training. So yes, we had kind of a few things on the table today to discuss. Hopefully I can go through it fairly quick and it won't be a dry video, but those are the things that we're going to discuss. Now, before we begin though, I do give a shout out to all of my new viewers. So if this is the first time that you guys have seen me, my name is Christa Jacobson. I am the headmistress of the Budo Ryu, which means School of the Warrior Way. We teach Koryu Ninjutsu and Koryu Bujutsu, so the ancient martial arts of the ninja and samurai. The school does have other areas of focus such as reality-based self-defense, weapons training and tactics, survival skills, concealed carry, martial arts theory, thought and philosophy, martial arts conditioning. If any of those areas do interest you at all, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell. When you click the bell, you can keep up with everything that we're doing. We do post 2 to 3 videos a week on those topics. So if any of those areas of training or topics interest you, please subscribe, click the bell, keep up with everything that we're doing, okay? Right, so the question that I got on social media was from an individual, and he really enjoyed my last video, which was a demonstrational video, and he basically said, I miss these kind of videos. You did the demonstration, and I absolutely loved it. It was a great video, and he said, why do you do so many videos now where you're talking and teaching and talking and explaining things more so than the demonstrational aspect? And it was kind of a lengthy little thing because he talked about other things that was going on, but I'm going to kind of condense it and kind of give you the idea. Anyone who's followed the channel for any length of time would know previous to 2017, 2016, the majority of the videos that I posted were more demonstrational based and they weren't so much instructional based or me talking that much, to be honest. But because of events that had happened is the reason why I became more and more involved in speaking my thoughts and my opinions and my thoughts and where I stand on certain subjects on my YouTube channel. And I'm not going to get into great detail because I don't think this doesn't have any placement for this particular video, but when you go back and look at the time when we did more demonstrational videos than me talking, that was going to be previous to 2015, to be quite honest with you. And then we had this event in 2015. We had a thing happen to the dojo in 2015 that was like a punch to the gut. And at the time, it was the worst thing that had happened to me in the dojo. And looking back on it, it's not near as big now as it was at that moment, right? But then I thought, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've had to run into a martial arts organization. And then, so that was like a punch to the gut, right? And then 2016 happened, and that's like a stab in the back. That incident happened, and that was like, holy shit, I guess 2015 wasn't that bad because this is way worse, right? And then 2017 happened, and this is where, going into 2017 is where things drastically changed, because 2017 I had an incident happen that was more like a stab in the heart, right? And when that happened, without doubt, I became way more vocal on YouTube, voicing my opinions, talking about my philosophy, things that we stand for, things that I stand for, things that I stand against. I used to think, previous to 2015, that, I would just teach, the students would understand the lesson, and that was the way things went. And then it dawned on me really quickly that people, there are a lot of people who are just selfish and egotistical and arrogant, and they don't care about other people, and they're just mean-hearted people, and it started becoming more and more prevalent that even though I was teaching the martial arts a certain way, people wasn't following suit the way that it should have been done and the way that the organization was ran. So 2015 was a punch to the gut. 2016 was a stab in the back. 2017 was stabbed in the heart. And then 2018 happened. And the incident in 2018 was by far the worst thing that I've had to go through in all of my martial arts career. Like, if you take the incident in 2017, which in 2016 and 2015, and you roll that up into a ball, and then you add all of the hate that I've ever got, all of the videos where people talk trash about me, like on YouTube or something, or maybe someone says something on a forum or a social media post or something. If you take all of it and you just make it in one big ball, that ball is not even close to the size of the shit that happened in 2018. Like, that was bad. That was the ultimate disrespect, betrayal, lie. It was crap. It was crap. So as I was going through, that 2015 through 2018, I became more and more vocal and wanting to make sure that the people because the people that support me, whether it's students, supporters, whatever, I wanted to make sure that people understood where I stand, why I stand, and what the position's organization was, because it was very clear these individuals that did these things to me, these people were someone who was part of the organization, and people looked up to them, and they were doing really bad things, and they did really bad things, and I don't support those things, and I don't stand for those things. And so it made it very clear that, okay, I need to be, instead of me just doing demonstrational videos all the damn time, I need to do videos where I also talk about the philosophy and the principles and what it is that we stand for, because I don't want people to think the actions that happened in 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018 was, inspired by or whatever from me to them, and it absolutely wasn't. So none of those people are part of this organization anymore, and I wanted to make sure I make a stand to separate myself from them and those actions. So that's why I'm a little bit more vocal with a lot of the videos that you see on YouTube. But I will say to the individual, thank you for liking the last video that I did as a demonstrational video where I was working on various techniques in the snow. I will say, though, you're probably missing the videos, because we do the demonstrational videos and the training of martial arts and the action of martial arts is what this channel was based on, and I'm never going to leave that. So you probably are just missing those videos. You might want to go back and check that out. So so there's that. So now I want to talk about the events. So the event schedule, I'm going to go through it really quick and give you guys a brief synopsis. You guys are just going to have to rewind it, pause it, write it down. I do not have the events on the Facebook events page. Facebook has this new thing now where they changed the whole Facebook thing, and you can't even put events like it used to be easy. You just click events, create an event, but now it's like create an event, process, next page, process. And it's like, oh, where's your event at? And then this map comes up, and you've got to find, on the whole world, you got to find your city, and you can't type it in. Like, the whole thing is just messed. The whole new Facebook thing is just ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys the events now, so you guys who do follow me, the school and so forth, you guys can write these down, and you guys can go ahead and write them down on your thing, and you guys can pre-register if you would like. I'll go through everything as we go through it, and I'm going to post all of these events on the website, and I'm probably going to do that this week. It's not right now, it's not up right now, but it will be on the website. I might go back and put them on Facebook, but I'm going to have to figure out how Facebook does the events page now, because it is much different than it used to be. It used to be you could just go to a previous event, like an older event, and I could say like a Goshinjutsu, a self-defense event. I could go back and I just click, renew, and then I could just change the date, and then I can just do the same event again. You can't do that anymore. I like all that work that I put into making events and pictures and all that stuff that I did is gone, and Facebook just doesn't care to bring it back. So it's become a little bit more of a work for me to go back and do those things, and my time is really thin. So the most efficient way for me to do this is to make a video, give you guys the dates and what we're doing, and you guys can write it down, and then I'll post all the information on the actual website, and then month by month I might just take 5 or 10 minutes to create them as I go through the year, rather than just sitting down and creating all these events throughout the year, because the new Facebook platform is much more time consuming when it comes to creating new events. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. So let's go through it real quick. I'm not going to go through a huge a huge description of each one, but I am going to go through it so you guys can understand it. So we do have 2 workshop seminars every month, okay, except for May, June, and July. The workshop seminars, if I say event, seminar, workshop, those are all interchangeable with me, okay? So if it is a 2.5, 3 hour workshop, seminar, whatever, they're $25 for Budo Ryu members. They're $50 for non-members, okay? All the Taikais, which are the multiple day camps, they're $100 for Budo Ryu members. They are $200 for non-members across the board. So those are the 2 numbers you need to know. If you want to come to a workshop, seminar, event, which are the 3 hour little workshops, those are $25 for Budo Ryu members, $50 for non-members. There are 100 of the Taikais, which are the multiple day camps. It comes out to be about 15, 16 hours of training, but they're multiple days. Food will be provided and all that kind of stuff for the 2 days. But if you want to come to them, if you're a Budo Ryu member, it'll be $100 to come to that event. It's $200 if you're a non-member, okay? So I'm just giving that up front because I want to make this efficient and I want to just kind of get through it rather quickly, okay? So in January, this month, January 9th, which is going to be this weekend, we have a Ninjutsu workshop event. It's going to be about 3 hours. It's 12:30 to 3, Saturday, again, 25 for members, 50 for non-members, and we'll be going over reality-based self-defense, empty-handed tactics, weapons, situational awareness, etc. So reality-based self-defense, January 9th. On January 23rd, we'll be focused on Koryu Kempo. So if you guys would like to get training in that specific art of Koryu Kempo, that'll be January 23rd. Again, it'll be a workshop seminar, and it'll be 12:30 to 3. I also want to say that every event, we have a cap on numbers. I only accept so many people, so spaces are limited across the board. And once I hit my number, we're done. I don't care whether you're a member, non-member, or whatever. I have a certain number that I'm going to teach at each one of these events. And once I hit that number, that's it. I believe in quality, not quantity. So I want to make sure that I'm going to have, I know how in each one of these events, how many people that I'm going to be able to interact with properly and give them the training they want. So this isn't an open book where you guys can just show up and not pre-register. You're going to have to pre-register or you're just not going to, I'm not going to take the 25 or 50 bucks. I'm just going to say we're already booked. Have a good day. And throw that out there, okay? And there's multiple people who have tried that and they've had to leave that can attest to that's just the way I am. So anyway, with that being said, January 9th, let's get back on point. January 9th, this month, we have Ninjutsu reality-based self-defense workshop seminar, and that's going to be 12:30 to 3 at the Hanbu Dojo. January 23rd, we're going to be focusing on Koryu Kempo and working on the classical kata, and that is also a workshop seminar, and that will be 12:30 to 3 again on a Saturday. In February 13th, we're going to be focused on the Kihon Happo and on those basic techniques, and we're going to look at them from a basic fundamental perspective, more intermediate training with it, and then advanced training and advanced techniques utilizing the Kihon Happo. That'll be February 13th. And then February 27th, we are going to be working on Tenjin Ryu Jujutsu, the classical kata, and so forth. Both the Kihon Happo and Tenjin Ryu Jujutsu, both of those on the 13th and the 27th are going to be workshop seminars, and they will be 12:30 to 3. Both of those are on a Saturday. March 13th will be focused, it'll be a workshop seminar, and it's going to be focused on the Bansenshu Kai, so we'll be working on that particular manual. And March 27th will be a Seizan Jutsu, or a survival seminar. Both of those, March 13th, Bansenshu Kai, and March 27th, Seizan Jutsu, both of those are a workshop seminar, and they will be 12:30 to 3, and both of those days are on a Saturday. April 10th, we'll be focusing specifically on a set of skills called the Santo Tanko no Kata, found within the Togakure Ryu, and that will be on April 10th. Again, that's a workshop seminar, and so 12:30 to 3. And then April 24th, we'll be focusing on Budo Ryu Koppo Jutsu and working on the classical kata from that particular school. Both of those events, April 10th and April 24th, so the 10th, Santo Tanko no Kata, and April 24th, Budo Ryu Koppo Jutsu. Both of those are workshop seminars, and it will be 12:30 to 3. Both of those dates are on a Saturday. Now, May, June, July, we only have one event those months, and those are going to be our Taikais. Okay, there are multiple day camps. Again, on the multiple day camps, it's $100 for members, $200 for non-members. Food will be provided, food and drink will be provided both days. And, you know, we always do the ceremony thing at the end and the certificates and the pictures and all that good stuff for those that show up, right? So May is the Tomoru Shinobi Keiko. It'll be May 21st and 22nd. It's a Friday and Saturday. And we'll be focused specifically on Tomoru Shinobi Jutsu. That's it. That's what the event is for, is focusing on that particular event. That is only available if you are a Budo Ryu student. So if you're not an advanced student in the Budo Ryu, then that is not available. And the people who are eligible for that particular workshop, they already know who they are. So there's that. I'm being public about that we're doing it, but it's not a public event. The next one is a little bit more open, but it's still open to only Budo Ryu members. So if you're a Budo Ryu member and you're a white belt, you can come to this one. June 25th and 26th, the next month, it's the Budo Ryu Ninjutsu Dai Komi-Osai. It is basically the event for the Budo Ryu. So if you guys are in the Budo Ryu, that is the event. You only can come to one event. That is the event. We call it the Budo Ryu Dai Komi-Osai week. So a lot of students that come in when they're in the online dojo, they train for the whole week. They get hands-on training. They do a lot of skills and drills and all that kind of stuff. And then they test before the Dai Komi-Osai, and then they get to have a good go with us, right? It is a multiple-day camp. Again, that's June 25th and 26th. That one is open to all Budo Ryu students. So regardless of rank, if you're a member of the Budo Ryu, you can show. If you're not a member of the Budo Ryu, it's not open. That's not an open event. July, though, that is a 2-day event. It's a Taikai. Again, this one is $100 for members, $200 for non-members. This is the only Taikai we have all year that is open to non-members, and that is the annual Stealth Camp. For those of you guys who want to study and train in authentic ninjutsu, right? Shinobi jutsu, and work off of the scrolls and all that kind of stuff, right? That's what this event is going to be. It's July 23rd and 24th. And that will, again, it's going to be only so many people. I have a number. Only so many people are coming, but that one is open to anybody. It's just $100 for Budo Ryu members, $200 for non-members. And if you guys are interested in training in authentic ninjutsu and stealth and all that kind of stuff, that's what we're going to be doing. Now, once we get past July, we go back to having the multiple workshop seminars every single month. And again, the workshop seminars are $25 for members, $50 for non-members. So in August 14th, we have Iai Jutsu Workshop Seminar, working on Iai Jutsu, drawing the sword, classical Japanese swordsmanship. And on August 28th, we'll have Goshin Jutsu, which is reality-based self-defense, and everything that goes along with that, whether that's weapons training and tactics, empty-handed, whatever, situational awareness, etc. So both of those are workshop seminars, the 14th and the 28th, and both of those are going to be on a Saturday from 12:30 to 3. September 11th, we'll be doing a Kumite workshop, and we'll be basically sparring. So we're going to be doing a whole event on sparring and getting in there and getting all rough, right? And doing some kickboxing and boxing and all those kind of drills and having a good go. That's going to be September 11th. On September 25th, it'll be a Kenjutsu seminar working on classical samurai swordsmanship. So both of those, again, are 12:30 to 3. Both of them are seminar workshops on a Saturday at that time. Again, limited numbers. Just let me know. October 9th, we'll be doing Gyoko Ryu Koshi Jitsu and working on the classical kata from those particular schools. And October 23rd, we'll be focused on Togaku Ryu, the ninja biken or the shinobi katana. We're working on those kata, the classical kata of the ninja biken, specifically from the Togaku Ryu. November 13th, we'll be doing a Kobujutsu workshop, and we'll be focusing on various different weapons, Bojutsu, Manriki, Shuriken, etc. But it's going to be a Kobujutsu workshop working on classical weaponry. That's November 13th, and November 27th, Goshin Jutsu, again, self-defense workshop. We do a lot of those throughout the year. Both of those, again, are going to be the 25 for members, 50 for non. It'll be on a Saturday from 12:30 to 3. And December 11th, we'll have a ground. December, we only do one, and it's always the ground fighting grappling seminar. It's like a little tradition of ours. So it's going to be December 11th, again, 12:30 to 3. It's a seminar workshop, and it'll be on ground fighting and grappling, okay? So if any of those things, any of those dates, times, all that kind of stuff interests you, you guys can get more information by going to our website. It is not on the website right now, but it will be on the website this week. So if you guys are interested in coming to any of those events, those are the dates. I'm going to make sure that I put it all below so you guys can have a reference point to it on each month. I'll just type it all out for you. And if you guys have any questions, please stick it in the comment section below. Again, spaces are limited on every single event. It isn't a set number because different events, I can take different amounts of people based on what it is that we're doing, okay? And how many resources we have available for that particular event. So if you are interested in any of those things, you got to let me know up front, because they all inevitably, I wasn't going to say they all, but I would say 90% are packed. 90% of the time, if someone asks me, hey, can I show up? The answer is going to be no. So you really do have to pre-register, because I like dealing with smaller groups of people that really want to train and focus on quality rather than quantity, right? And making some generic lesson for like 50 people, I'd rather just be, focus on good skills to a small number of people, right? So throwing that out at you. Now, the last thing I want to talk about real quick is why you should come and train. Now, I know that this is where I can kind of I can make a whole, what are we at, the 20-minute mark? I can make this a long, drawn-out video and explain this, but I'm going to kind of detach from that and, just get to the point, so we don't have to make this a longer video than it needs to be. If you guys are students of the Budo Ryu and you're training in these 7 warrior traditions and what it is that we do and how we do it and the philosophies of the school and the way that we do things, then you have to come and train with me here at the Hanbu. You have to train with me and the top students and the people who have been training for me for over 10 years plus, and get a real sense of what it is that we do and how we do it. And that helps you build a good, strong relationship within the art and a connection to the arts. The people who, obviously we have multiple schools. We have the online dojo, people in the online dojo. We have people who are supporters, who support, they buy the products, they love the videos and everything, but they probably do another martial art. We have so many people, whether they're students, dojo students, online students, supporters, whatever. But when it really comes down to it, if you really want to be good at something, you just got to get in there and get that connection. And training with me personally on the floor, coming to the Hanbu dojo, training with the other students here at the Hanbu, that's going to help you understand these arts at a much higher level. It's going to make you better. It's going to be better for you than just kind of off on the back 40 all by yourself with an internet connection. Don't get me wrong, the majority of martial arts, whether it's combat martial arts or otherwise, the majority of training could be solo training. Mike Tyson has hit bags more than he's hit a person, you know what I mean? But you still can't take away that interaction. You can't take away the interaction time. You can't take away that connection and that relationship with the teachers and the top students and the dojo, and that cleansing yourself and your soul and showing up to the Hanbu and having that moment where you can just, be around like-minded people and just talk about the history and tradition of the ninja and samurai, and have that time for you to grow as a martial artist and as a person. And that's why I highly think that everyone who's in the Budo Ryu, whether you're in one of the dojos or whether you're in the online dojo or whatever, you guys need to take that journey, take that Musho Shugyo, take that warrior journey, and put it upon yourself to come in at least once every year, at a minimum once every year, even if it's just for the Daikomyosai, which is the biggest event, and that's the event, right? Even if it's just the Daikomyosai, take it upon yourself to get in and train and build that relationship with the students and then meet me and train with me and just rekindle that flame and that warrior spirit and take that, like I said, that Musho Shugyo, that warrior's journey, and come in and do that. It's going to make you a better martial artist. So anyway, this is today's video. A little bit of a kind of a hodgepodge, lots of different things I talked about, but nonetheless, this is today's video, and this is the 2021 event schedule. So I'm going to let you guys go with this. If you guys are interested in authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai bujutsu and you don't live next to a school, you guys can always join the Budo Ryu online ninjutsu dojo. That is on our website. So just go to budoryuninjutsu.com. There we have a list of our schools, the traditions that we teach, the philosophies that we teach, the 5 areas of training, all that stuff that we do. It's all on the website. And if you don't live the next one of our schools, like I said, you can join the Budo Ryu online ninjutsu dojo and you can start your training that way. So thank you guys very much for your love and support. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, take care, be safe, and good luck in your journey of Budo.